Alright, hey y'all, welcome to my ASL Draft League analysis. So I joined this Wi-Fi league right after I lost in the bracket stage of BBR Summer Scramble, and I thought, Wi-Fi is pretty fun, so, I'd like to try another more traditional league style. So that's what we're in the ASL for. So this season we will be playing as the Manshine City Necrozmas. Fun fact, this is like one of my first logos I designed. And as you can see here, our draft position is last place. Which is good in a sense because I do get the wheel pick. That doesn't mean although I do pick last in order, I get to pick again right after because it is a snake style draft. But I won't be able to get like some of the crazy Pokemon like Dragapult, Valiant, Chi-Yu, even Darkrai was available in this league, which I really wanted. I really wanted Darkrai, but unfortunately I was sniped that. And so I didn't get, like, by the time it came to me, there's still like a lot of good mons, but like the crazy mons weren't there, like the crazy busted mons. So with that said, let's get into our first pick. Our first pick as the Manshine City Necrozma is Iron Moth. And this is my Terra Captain. So the Terra rules for this league is that you have to assign Terra types to 2 to 3 of your Pokemon. One of them has to be a stab type and the other type can be whatever it wants. But the total accumulation of the total point value of the 3 mons, of the 2 to 3 mons, have to add up at most to 25. So I chose Iron Moth as my first pick to be my Terra Captain. So Iron Moth does cost, I believe it costed 15 points. So that means my other 2, or my other 1 Terra Captain, at most they can only be like 10 points. But I think that's okay because Terra Iron Moth is really, really fucking good. In BBR Summer Scramble, I used Slitherwing and in like a Sun team, and it was really, really fucking good. So I'm really excited to try out the future form of Volcrona in Iron Moth. So Iron Moth is a fire poison type. Does this give me my poison? It checks off fire. It's really, really fucking hard. Base 140 special attack is crazy. Base 110 speed is also like pretty good. It gets so its ability Core Drive means I can run like boost energy sets of like boost energy special attack, speed, like boost energy special attack agility sets, fire dance, overheat, sludge wave. It also gets crazy coverage. He gets like discharge, energy ball, dazzling lean. You can even run like defensive stats because like Iron Moth's like defenses are actually like not that bad. Like 80, 60, 110 bulk is actually like, pretty serviceable, and especially if you tear this out of its like quad weakness to EQ, like, you could definitely run some like Will-O-Wisp Morning Sun stall sets. So definitely a very versatile first pick. And I went ahead and chose fire and water as my Terra types here. So fire is just to boost my my fire dances, my flamethrowers, overheats. Just because fire is easier to spam than poison. Even though like I don't think many steel types are going to come in on Iron Moth. But fire is just easier to spam, I think. And I chose water as my second Terra type because Iron Moth already gets Energy Ball. So I didn't want to Terra Grass. So I wanted to get like the extra stab option. The extra water move option of the Terra Blast Water. I thought that could work really well. Because even like Pokemon like Gastron, they can't wall me if I have Energy Ball. So that's why I chose Terra Water. And just because water is like a really good, in general, bulky type, I find. So it makes like even like defensive sets of like Morning Sun and Will-O-Wisp really good. This also gets like U-turn too. So honestly, I'm really excited to use Iron Moth. Like I know Slitherwing has like been one of my favorite Pokemon to use in Scarlet Violet. So I'm very excited to see how Iron Moth will perform. So as you can see here, Iron Moth is our first pick. And on the right side, you can basically see like what all the other people picked. So like the first person picked Darkrai, which is like the one I wanted the most. Like no. And then you can see Chi-Yu, Polt, Val, Sneasler, Champao, Annihilate. Basically all the good Pokemon went. So like, I mean, what can I expect? But this does mean I get to make my next pick right after. So our next pick is Meowscarada. Now Meowscarada is really fucking good. This is one of my favorite Pokemon to use in draft. It gets hazard stacking and spikes, T-spikes. Protein is a really versatile ability. It means I can like even punch through Pokemon like Corviknight, like T-punch, banded Protein. Gets knockoff, stab knockoff, hits really hard. Flower trick hits really hard. And mostly I wanted a Pokemon that had above base 120 speed, because Iron Moth was like base 110, so I wanted a Pokemon that was faster than Iron Moth. So I decided that Meowscarada was like the best high speed Pokemon I could get that wasn't like Jolteon or like Electrode, which I don't like using. And overall, this is just a really easy monster to use. Like knockoff, gets U-turn, and gives me a priority, which I really value. As you'll see later down the line, my priority options aren't like exactly spectacular. So I think Meowscarada definitely helps will help glue the team together. Now originally I did want for my third pick to be like Great Tusk or Iron Treads or even like Landorus, but unfortunately I got sniped on them, all three. Yeah, I got sniped a lot in this fucking league. Like, it's so sad. I got sniped like every single round until like pick like 9 to 11. So yeah, it's very unfortunate. I really would like to get I really wanted to have Trez for spin because if I defog away my own like hazards that I set with Meowscarada, which then like makes it pointless. So unfortunately, I did get sniped on Treads. I did get sniped on Great Tusk. I mean, I didn't really expect it to make it back to me in round 3, anyways. Just cause like those are like really good value Pokemon. But like I could have drafted Iron Treads or Great Tusk like second pick. But I figured Meow was more valuable, because I really wanted to get the high speed Pokemon like Meowscarada that's also like really fucking good. Because Meowscarada I feel like was definitely also not making it back to me in round 3. So I decided to forsake spin in favor of speed. So that's why we have Meowscarada here as our second pick. And we can move on to our third pick. So speaking of hazard removal, since I could not get rapid spin, I went ahead and got the best defogger, Corviknight. Now I used this Pokemon a lot before. I used it in the BBR Summer Scramble. It's a really good Pokemon, really bulky, checks Steel, checks Flying, my EQ immunity. Bulk is incredible. We can run Fizzip, Bede. Gets U-turn, Roost, and most importantly, it's like the best defogger in the SB. Since there's like really not like any good defoggers, and Mandibuzz was off the table since I already had Meowscarada. So I figured if I really wanted like a good defogger, it would have to be Corviknight. And since like it was like still there by the time it made it back to me, which I'm really surprised about, by the way. Like Corviknight is like a Pokemon that goes like round 2-ish, I find. So I'm really surprised to see that it made it back to me, just because of how good of a fucking defogger thing is. And you can even run like Iron Defense body press sets, so it's definitely not like too straightforward. You can definitely run some like, it gets screens too. Honestly, yeah, it's pretty versatile, and it's just overall a very reliable Pokemon, very reliable defensive check, pivoter, and then most importantly defogger. And does this mean that if I want a spin, it would have to be Donphan, which I did later get sniped on. Go figure. But so Corviknight's really good. It does handle all of my hazards, hazard removal. It does make it no spin, which is fine. I don't really like playing with hazards anyways. Like I don't really like playing against him, or even like if like the opponent sets him up on me. It kind of like fucks up my playstyle. So Corviknight's a good Pokemon. It's a good pick. And to pair up Corviknight, for my next pick, I decided to grab Clefable. Now Clefable is fucking incredible when paired with Corviknight, because these two form like an invincible duo. Just for like the sheer bulk. I mean, like Clefable switches into the like Corviknight switches into the moves that Clefable doesn't like, all like the steel and poison moves. Clefable gets like wish passing, it can wish pass my team. I can get as magic guards, so it's not susceptible to toxic. I can run like unaware sets if I don't want to get swept by like DD or SC Baxcaliburs or nasty plot Chiyus. It gets like T-Wave to shut Pokemon down, like Chiyu and Bax. And it actually hits like pretty like decently hard, like base 95 special attack. Like this Pokemon is definitely no slouch offensively either. Like I ran like offensive Life Orb, Magic Guard, Clefables in the past, and this could put in work, honestly. This could really put in work. He gets Draining Kiss too? Oh no. Yo, I just don't know about this. What? Oh no, it gets Draining Kiss? Oh no. It gets Knockoff, so it could be a good disruptor. Again, Wish Passing, Stealth Rocks. Wait, is this not Dix? Does this get Draining Kiss in Aldea? I don't think it does. Am I tripping? Oh fuck, this is against Surgeon Server, my bad. Oh wait till people get Draining Kiss, bro. Are you crazy? Yeah, I need to double check this, my bad. Oh shit, it does. Yo! Damn, okay. Okay. We can run that set. Okay, it gets Encore 2. Overall, Clefable is just like a really fucking versatile Pokemon. It also checks my Fairy type. Forms a really solid Fairy Steel combo of Corviknight. You can even run like trick sets even. And you can like baton pass out. You can baton pass your, you can drive past your wishes. Honestly, this Corviknight makes for like an incredible duo. So you can see so far we have Iron Moth, Meowscarada, Corviknight, Clefable. Oh yeah, that's another thing. So picks in this league, like Pokemon that you can draft, are like split into 3 categories. So for example, we can only have like 3 Pokemon that are above 15 points. You can only have 5 Pokemon that are between 14 and 6 points. And you can only have 3 Pokemon that are 5 points and below. So that definitely did restrict a lot of what I could do with the team. Cause like, if it weren't for this fucking rule, I grabbed like fucking like Baxcalibur, bro. I grabbed fucking Baxcalibur. And like, what other bullshit high tier mon was still available at this point? But because I chose Corviknight and Meowscarada, I could no longer get Baxcalibur. But if I didn't choose Corviknight, I can't get a good defogger. Like, I'd be stuck with like Decidueye and I'd have a grass type Meowscarada. So I didn't really have a lot of options on what I could do. So I couldn't grab Bax, which is like a shame. I would definitely grabbed it if it weren't for the stupid rule. But that's okay. We have our invincible duo in Clefable and Corviknight. We have our special attack Nuke in Iron Moth. We have our Hazard Setter, our Speedmon, our Stab Knockoff Priority User, and Meowscarada. So it's still okay, I think. It'll still be okay. And so I do think at this one draft, I am missing a hard-hitting physical attacker. So I do have Meowscarada, but I definitely want to use this more as like a pivot mon, a utility mon, rather than like a choice band like physical attacker, you know. So our next pick is to It was originally supposed to be Donphan, just so it could give me the rapid spin, but I did get sniped this round on Donphan. So to make up for that, I decided to grab Mamoswine. Mamoswine is really fucking hard to switch into. This is like, it's like one of the most like notorious Pokemon that are difficult to switch into, just because like Ice Ground basically hits like everything neutrally. It's really fucking hard, like EQ, Icicle Crash, like base 130 attack. And his focus like pretty good too. And his speed, like base 80 speed, like that's like, it's like alright. It's alright. It's alright. There's a bit of a gap between Meowscarada and Mamoswine, which I don't fix later. That gap does not get better later, but that's okay, honestly. That's okay. So Mamoswine, it does get like, you can even run like sets with like Curse, yeah, like Curse, Body Press, Icicle Crash. It gets Knockoff, it gets EQ, it also gets Ice Shard, so this is like my second priority user. But like, I probably won't have Ice Shard a lot on Mamo, just because I'll probably prefer to have it on Meowscarada instead. Mamoswine does get Rocks. Overall, it's a really hard Pokemon to switch into. It's a really good ground type TBH. I would prefer Donphan just because it gives me spin, but Mamoswine definitely does. Mamoswine is definitely a good substitute either ways. It also gets Stick Fat, so this is like an additional ice resist. Yeah, so the ground type's not really weak to ice, which is actually pretty valuable because I believe someone drafted Regieleki and he chose like Terra Ice. So this should definitely be able to check Regieleki because Stick Fat will make it so that Terra Blast Ice is actually not very effective. So honestly, yeah, it's not a bad ground type. I would prefer Donphan, but it could work. It could work. It could work. It's really hard. It's really hard to switch into. It's really hard. Yeah, it could work. And so at this point in the draft, I realized I was missing a bulky water type. So originally, like, it's like a lot of my recent drafts recently, like I've always stuck with like the bulky water archetype. Like I've always had like Vaporeon, Dondozo, Rotom Wash. Like at this point in the draft, Rotom Wash was still available. I could have gotten it, but recently there's like one specific water type that I use like on every single one of my drafts, and that is Alomomola. Now this is like probably one of my favorite Pokemon to use ever. I mean, it's just so fucking good. It's like Regenerator, Flip Turn bullshit. You can even like slot like AV. All of a sudden this thing is like unkillable, especially defensive wise. You can pivot into your so basically it helps me like pivot into my hard hitters like Mamoswine, Iron Moth, Meowscarada sometimes. So it's just a really good enabler, and if I don't want to use it like that, I could always go with like helmet sets in case someone run lefties in Corv. I could run like Wish Passing on this. It gets knockoff. It got Scald back from the DLC, so I could run Scald sets. Yeah, it just passes like amazing wishes. Like this is like probably the best wish passer in like all of the Paldea decks. Is Blissey in the game? Oh yeah, I guess Blissey. This is probably better than Blissey, honestly. Yeah, this is probably better than Blissey, TBH. Actually has a physical defense stat too. Yeah, this is just like basically the best wish passer in the game. Gets really good momentum, disruption, really fucking bulky. Just overall really fucking good enabler for my team. Also checks off the water type, fulfills the fire grass and the water core I need. So Iron Moth, Meowscarada, Alomomola. So it's pretty good there. I mean, there's really not much to say about this Pokemon. Just really reliable, straightforward. Like, you know what's going to do, but like at the same time, there's not much you can do to stop it. Like, I'm going to Flip Turn, you can't stop that, you can't taunt that. You know, you can taunt me if you want. That just means I don't Quick Wish. So honestly, really excited to use this Pokemon again. It's been really, really good for me in Showdown Draft League. So I'm excited to see what it can do in Wi-Fi. And our next pick, so I realized I wanted like another Just another like hard hitter. Just another like hard hitter Pokemon that can like eat hits, that can like trade. So originally like I was contemplating between Slitherwing and Iron Hands. So they're both like around 14 points I believe. And I could choose 2 more mid-tier Pokemon. But I think I decided on Iron Hands. So this is our next Pokemon by the way, Iron Hands. I decided on Iron Hands over Slitherwing just because Iron Hands is so fucking bulky. Like look at this thing's fucking defense stats. Like 150 HP, 108 defense. Like what the fuck? This is like Dondozo, bruh. This is literally Dondozo. No, this is like Dondozo and like Tinglu. Fully without Tinglu's ability. Like this shit is so fucking bulky. Like Slitherwing does give me first impression. And like even I learned that like Slitherwing, even like not in Sun, is like still like so fucking threatening for teams to deal with. Just cause like that fucking base 90 priority stab is so fucking ridiculous. But honestly, to be honest, I want to try some new Pokemon. I never drafted I never tried Iron Hands before, so I figure, you know, it's a good time to use it. I mean, it's really fucking good, extremely bulky, hits extremely hard, it could trade, it could run like SD, Yosuke even gets like rolling TPH. And like what really helps this, what really complements Iron Hands I think is my previous picks in Clefable, Alomomola. They can help like Wish Pass into Iron Hands just so I can get healthy again. So honestly, yeah, I can even run like Pork Drive attack sets. So this is basically like the counterpoint, the counter, the inverse of Iron Moth. You know, instead of like being a fast special attacker, it's a slow physical attacker. But you know, it hits really fucking hard. I'm very excited to try out Iron Hands. And yeah, we can get into our next pick. I mean, there's not much to say about Iron Hands. It's just a good, solid Pokemon. And so at this point in our draft, I realized I need a Dragon type. So originally I did want Regidrago, but I got psyched, of course. Yo! Man, I'm so fucking mad I got psyched on Regidrago. I'm so fucking mad. Like, that was gonna be our second Terra Captain. That was gonna be our second Terra Captain too. But, so at this point, like my Dragon options, they weren't really great. I think like the only options I had were the 2 Gudras, Altaria, and like Guzzlord. No, Guzzlord's not in Altaria. Who the fuck are the other? Whatever, they're not real Pokemon. Like fucking Diplin, I guess. So I decided to go with Gudra as my second Terra Captain. Now Gudra, I used the Hisui one before. I used the Hisui in like a previous league before. And it's really fucking good. Like I don't think this is as good as Hisui Gudra, just because like its defense stat is not there. But it's still really fucking solid. I mean, like it still gets like Curse. It still gets Body Press. It gets like I mean, its moveset is like so fucking diverse. Like Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Draco Meteor, and it's just like really fucking bulky, especially defensive wise, which I think was like a thing I was missing on the team so far. Like Pokemon like Clefable and Carbonite, like they're like pretty like what's the word, like they can tank like a special attack, but like they're not like dedicated to taking special attacks. They don't have like absurd like base 1 more billion SPDF like Gudra does. So I think Gudra definitely helps the team out here a bit on the especially defensive side. And also I can like help heal back up with Wish Passing. And as you can see here, I did decide to use this as my second Terra Captain. So I went ahead and chose Terra Dragon and Terra Poison. So Terra Dragon, like I'm forced on that, there's not much I can do about that. And Terra Poison actually is just so I don't take super effective from Dragon. I don't take super effective from Poison. I chose to go Poison over Steel because I didn't want another Fire weakness. Yeah, I didn't want another Fire weakness. I didn't want like Shiyu to go crazy on me if I had Terra out of my Dragon type. So I figured Poison was probably better. And just because like it's also another Pokemon that I can use to absorb T-Spike just in case, because like Iron Moth doesn't really want to switch in a whole bunch. And as you can see here, my like hazard removal isn't like really spectacular. Yeah, like Corviknight is like literally my only hazard removal, which isn't ideal. Like, cause I really fucking want Donphan, man. I can't fucking believe I stuck with Donphan. But yeah, Corviknight is my only hazard removal. Like the other low tier spinners that are available are all like fucking Bramble Gas, and I already have Maelstrom. Like I didn't want to take Bramble Gas. I guess there's Avalugg. I could have grabbed Avalugg, but like I already used Avalugg a whole bunch before, and I already wanted League of Avalugg, man. Like I got used to different Pokemon, you know. So it's alright. I mean, it just means that hazard stacking isn't an option for me, which I mean I don't really plan to rely on hazard stacking anyways. So it's alright. I mean, Corviknight is like the best defogger there is, so I think it's alright. Goldangle does kind of dumpster me. There's not much I can do about that. But you know, it's okay. It's okay. It's not a cope. It's not a cope. You know, it's not a cope. I just run boost on all my Pokemon. It's okay. And so, as you can see here, Goodra is our last mid-tier pick. Our last mid-tier pick. So our mid-tier picks are Clefable, Manshine, Aloe, Iron Hands, and Goodra. That means we have we need 3 more low-tier picks. Now, so as you can see here, like these are all like really fucking like solid Pokemon, right? And they cost like quite a fucking bit too. Like my mid tiers, most of them cost like 14 points. Like I know Clefable does, Manshine does, Iron Hands does. Like I wasted a lot of fucking points on my mid tiers, TBH. And that's cause like I don't plan to use my low tiers. Like I think at this point I only had like 5 points left for my low tiers. So I need to draft 3 Pokemon with 5 points. I mean, like, even if I did, like, invest in some lower tier, mid-tier Pokemon, like, the low tiers are not gonna be, like, that much better, TBH, right? I mean, they're fucking low tier for a reason. And so, you know, let's get into them, why don't we? Let's get into our low tiers. So, our first low tier pick is Oranguru. So this gives me my Psychic and my normal type. So this is my Ghost Immunity. So Spectre doesn't go crazy on me. I don't think anyone drafted Spectre, did they? I don't think so. I don't remember. But anyways, this is my Ghost Immunity pretty much. And honestly, this Pokemon is fucking ass. This Pokemon is fucking ass! Actually, its benefit's pretty good. But like no reliable recovery means this Pokemon's ass. And I mean, there's really not much that this guy does. He gets Focus Blast. It gets like Nasty Plot, I guess. Nasty Plot, Hyper Voice, Psychic Move, off of base like 2 speed. It's not really scary. I mean, it does get Trick Room, but like Trick Room at base 60 speed is so fucking ass. Like, come on, how could you give this mod Trick Room but not give it slow enough speed to take advantage of it? Like, come on. It also base 90 special attack means it just does not hit hard enough, TBH. It just does not hit hard enough. Like, if a Oranguru comes to like any games, it's probably gonna be like AV or something. Just to fuck with something, TBH. Yeah, Oranguru is fucking ass, but like I need some low tier mons, so I figured, you know, might as well just take some random Pokemon. And this doesn't give me my Ghost Resist. It is a Trick Roomer for Iron Hands, just to give that option, you know? You know, hopefully, like, someone, when they prep for my team, like, oh no, they could run Trick Room Iron Hands, no! And then they'll prep for a Oranguru, you know it's not coming. That's honestly the vision. Honestly, yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. So, Oranguru is our 2-point Pokemon, which honestly is quite a fucking skill. 2 points for Oranguru is pretty good, TBH. Like, this is probably more like a 4-point Pokemon than a 2-pointer. Like, his stats are actually not that bad. Like, his bulk is really fucking solid. This is definitely not a 2-point Pokemon. But anyways, let's get to our next low tier pick. Our next pick is, so at this point, I didn't have a ghost type. So as you can see here, CC kills this, kills this, kills this, kills this. Yeah, CC is like really free to my team. Like Clef does take CC, but like Clef's bulk isn't like that spectacular. So it can't like keep switching in. So I figured, you know, might as well get like a shit ghost type. So our next pick is Bede. Bede is like, I mean, That's fucking ass, bro. This Pokemon's fucking ass. I can't excuse it, bro. Frisk is like pretty good, I guess. Yeah, you know what? Frisk is pretty good. I can like Frisk items. That's pretty good. And the base 115 attack is pretty good. Like this is like Light Orb, SD, Shout Sneak. They can hit hard. They can hit really fucking hard, TBH. Get Sacrifice too. He gets Will Whip, I guess. I mean, you're not going to take a hit anyways. Gets Knockoff. That's not Stab. Okay. Encore. Big 65 speed Encore. I mean, to be honest, this Pokemon's most redeeming quality is Destiny Points. Honestly, that's like what this Pokemon is probably going to be used for if it comes to any games. Probably just like Choice Scarf, Destiny Bond, or some bullshit. This Pokemon is not good, bro. But like, no, I might as well have a Ghost type. This better not having a Ghost type at all. So, here's our pick, Bennett. It fills up our Ghost type slot. And yeah, I mean, 1 point Bennett. Yo, 1 point Bennett is pretty fucking good, bro. I got some steals. Like, honestly, these are some fucking steals for low tiers. 1 point Bennett is fucking crazy. This is like the same tier as like fucking Charger Bug. Actually, no, Charger Bug is literally better than Bennett. What am I talking about? Charger Bug is literally better. But yeah, 1 point Bennett is pretty fucking good. And our last pick for the Manshine City Necrozmas is Spidops. Yeah, Spidops. You know, I always meme about using Spidops, but it always gets sniped from me, bro. Like, people always snipe Spidops from me for some reason. Like, I always meme about using this mon, and people just take it from me. Like, what? The Spidops, it gets all like the hazards. That's like the main appeal of it. It gets Circle Throw for like cheese strats. First impression stakeout is like a really meme set, but like, you know, it could work with like base 80 attack. No, this Pokemon's fucking ass. Yeah, no, Bandit stakeout. First impression is not gonna do anything, but it gets like all like the hazards: T-Spike, Web, Spikes, U-turn, Memento, I guess. I mean, TBH having this Pokemon doesn't really make sense for my team because I don't have Rapid Spin to take advantage of the hazard stacking. But you know what? I might as well have the option. I mean, what else am I going to pick with 2 points? Like, these Pokemon are all fucking ass. They're all ass. There's nothing better, bro. There's literally nothing better. So, you know what? Spidops, you're on the team, bro. Congrats. Congrats, bro. You're on the team. So, as you can see here, these are all our guys. And I believe I have a graphic on the next slide here. Yep. Here we go. Alright, these are all the Pokemon we have. Alright, so as you can see here, the biggest weakness our team has, no Rapid Spin. No Rapid Spin, only 1 defogger. Which, I mean, you know, it's a good defogger, bro. It's a good one. And you know what, maybe I could just like apply enough pressure to where people don't want to get hazards up on me or something. I don't know, that's my cope. Honestly, that's my cope. Yeah, another thing. The speed gap between Iron Moth and Manshine is quite fucking big. Now, this is a real weakness my team has. And TBH, you know, I probably could have done better, but like, Ideally, you have a Pokemon like the 120 range and then like the 100 range. But Iron Moth does skip the 100 range. And so there's like a huge gap between like, there's a huge fucking gap between like 110 to 80. That means like Pokemon like, what's like a base 90 Pokemon? Great Tusk. No, Great Tusk can't run out of it. I don't know, but like base 100 Pokemon, they could run like Modest. Yeah, like base 99, like Fez can run like Fez and Density can run like max speed Modest, I guess. But yeah, it is a legit problem, I think. The speed gap is a legit problem. But I mean, I do have like the bulk, the sheer bulk to take the attacks, I think, and like Alomomola, Corviknight, Fable. Like my stall core here is really fucking solid, I think. Like these guys are all like super fucking bulky. And my favorite part is the momentum. So I can like U-turn, I had good U-turners. I had good baton pass users. So like, I could get in like these mons like relatively easily, like Iron Hands, Iron Maw, Mammoth Line, just go crazy like stabby Qs, close combat, specs, overheats. So honestly, I like the team TBH. I actually like it. I actually like the team. And like, I don't have to Terra Iron Maw really, like depending on the matchup. Like maybe depending on like if they don't have like a good fire or a fire and poison resist, I could run like Gudra instead, like Terra, poison, like set up like Curse. So I honestly like how variable the team is. And you know, my hazard options are pretty fucking good. I just don't have the rapid spin to take advantage of them. It's a really big shame. And I even have like Trick Room option. Wait, what the fuck? Mouse Squirrel gets Trick Room? Wait, are you serious? What the fuck? Yo, this real? Why does Mouse Squirrel get Trick Room? I mean, I don't see a reason why you would run this, but you know, pop off, you know? Honestly, yeah, pop off. I did not know Mouse Squirrel got Trick Room. Oh, interesting. But yeah, just honestly a really solid team I built here. I really like the Pokemon here. It definitely suits to my playstyle. That is basically stall and like 2 offensive Pokemon. As you can see here by a type weakness chart here, it does say we're weak to Fairy, Rock, and Flying. So for Fairy, we have a Quad Resist in our Moth, so it's fine. And Corviknight is like the Fairy answer, so it's fine honestly. Rock type weakness, yeah, it's there, but Corviknight has like sheer enough bulk to take the attacks, I think. And Iron Hands is also like a really good rock check to BH. And the flying weakness, our flying resist is Corviknight, which is fun, I think. I think like the only flying spam for us is like Tornadus, right? And like Gyapdos. Gyapdos is a real problem, TBH. It is a real problem for this team. It does just click buttons, but Tornadus is like walled forever like Cliff and like all these guys, so it's fine. I think it's fine. You know, it's a good team. You know, very solid bulk, very solid offense. Speed keeps like a bit of improvements, but you know, it's all right. I'm pretty happy with this team. And all right, that's our team, guys. Well, look forward to matches that are happening soon. Matches should start next week, so you know, hopefully it'll be a fun league. You know, thanks to the people running the league for running all this and you know, inviting me to for allowing me to join actually. So you know, cheers. You know, let's have a fun season. All right, well, I'll see you guys next week for our first matchup, which have not been released yet. But you know, I'll release a video when that happens. So, all right, see you guys. Peace.